Let us welcome Satwinder Singh. Yeah, so thank you so much, Mr. Satwinder Singh, for giving your precious time. And we are happy to have you on our platform and this interview. So I would like to ask you
Great.
the first question that, so why visionary school are important and what elements contribute to visionary schools?
Hello, thank you, Indraji, first of all, for having me here.
Yeah,
So, as you said, I'm a life coach, right? So now I understand the value of the visionary schools. And as per me, so it is a school which is giving a person a overall development, a holistic development. So because the main part of learning and the main aim of learning is, to develop a person. And it's not just academic. His skills should be developed and how he should be handling himself and all those things that contribute to it. So visionary school should be something like we used to have earlier, a Gurukul system. So wherein a student was enrolled in a school and it was not a competition based thing. Basically it was what a person can do, and what he should do then according to that. So there is a saying, it's not everyone can do everything well, but there is something everyone can do well. So we need to find what that something is for that particular children. And then accordingly, we need to mold that person, mold that student that he or she does that thing. So this should be the basics.
Yeah.
And overall development of students should be there so that they are able to handle life itself. They are able to handle everything around them. And they need not, get into all the troubles because we have already covered everything at the school. So their base is strong.
Yeah.
So that is what it should be like.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, so you have very correctly said that initially we were having a Gurukul process. The system was like a Gurukul and there was no competition. There was a freedom to express yourself and do what you want and what you can. So it's really a good insightful answer what you have shared. Yes, sir. The next question to you is, do you think the current education system we will able to transform our school to visionary, and what do you think need to change?
See, the clear answer is no, because you and me, we are both part of that present system.
Yeah.
And now I'm a life coach. Now I am able to understand this thing. So things which I am teaching people right now, life coaching, career coaching, leadership. So that thing, if I myself would have gotten when I was in class 8, 9 or 10, my life would have been totally different. So now, since we are product of that system, we can, very correctly, very minutely, we can imagine that thing. It's like, what is that is missing in that system? So right now, the present system, it is academic based. It just, tests the intelligence and more than intelligence, I would say, memory of a child. And, they're lacking on creativity. So these things needs to be improved, and that concept of holistic development has to be there. So when a person is, when he is analyzing his strengths, what are his likes, dislikes, and accordingly he, chooses his career. And it's not just he has chosen a career and that should be a stamp that, fine, you will become that only. So if on a later stage he or she realizes that, oh no, this is not what I want to do, there should be a flexibility that he or she should be able to, continue in some other career. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Great. So the next question is, if you are made the in charge of the education to develop our next generation, so as an in charge, what is one change that you will drive to make it happen? Yes.
So there are two things in my mind which I will do immediately. First thing is, I will introduce the life coaching concepts in the early stage. So it's like when a person is, when a child is learning ABCD and how to form sentences and all that. So from that age itself, he or she should be told is like that life should have a vision. We should do something meaningful in life. And this is how people are. Some people, they are having different personalities, and you have different values. So this is how you should behave, and everyone is different. So how to talk to each other, and what are the mistakes not to be made. So it's like in the primary school, secondary level, and basically, so it should be a part of curriculum. So first thing is, I will do that thing. Life skills, we can call it. Life skills we can introduce. I would have introduced that from the primary stage. One. Second thing is, I would work on that thing where teachers are more equipped. Because right now what's happening is, teachers definitely, they are expert in their subject, but they should also have those skills. It's like that life coaching skills. They should also be having that thing, and a more parent teacher interaction. Because when it's like when a person, when a child is there at his or her home, and when he or she is in school, they are altogether a different being, different individual.
Yeah.
So empowering the teachers and increasing their skills. Second thing is, I would work on that. It's not that a teacher has, he has a specific skill set, he has passed an exam, and then he or she is just teaching. There should be a program to increase their skills as well on a regular basis. Because I believe that education is something which everyone needs. Learning is a regular thing, and everyone should keep on learning till the end of their life.
Yeah, very true. Teachers also need to get the upgrade their knowledge, so that they can give it to the children and the students. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah. So how important it is to have holistic development to the child, covering academic and non-academic aspects.
Right. So when I talk about academic, so this is also important, because that forms the base. And this is how a person, a child, he or she starts understanding things. When he or she learns the language, and he or she learns how to form sentences, correct this thing and that thing. And that also becomes the basis of your technical education. So academics has its own place and importance, and it should be stressed upon, one, and non-academic things as well. So for example, sports, cultural activities. So what is happening at present is, we are taking those activities as it's like a secondary thing, maybe just for fun or that like that. We are not being told from the beginning that we can make a career in that. So there are very few people who are able to break those things, those barriers, and take these as their career. For example, singing, dancing, playing any game, cricket, athletics. So that should be choice from the beginning. So academic as well and non-academic as well, because we know there are certain people who are good at studies, certain people who are good at sports. There are other students who might be good in arts. So that needs to be taken care, and that needs to be analyzed, and accordingly a person, based on his or her liking, so he or she should be developed in that perspective. A complete growth should be there.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So, sir, next question, there you have to rate the holistic development areas in priority ranking. Okay. So there are few concepts like the academics, technology, 21st century skills, entrepreneurship, values, health, financial literacy, parenting, and teachers' excellence.
Right. So, see, I would rate it, it's like from my perspective, what comes first and what follows next.
Yeah.
Like, so for example, I personally believe that academics, it would come first, because as I said earlier, because that forms a base of learning. You learn language, you learn mathematics and all that. So that is important. And second things comes values. Values, external values as well as internal value. Internal value as in what's important to me. So when I know my value, then I know myself, And when I know, for example, you, then I know your values also. So when I would be respecting your values and you would be respecting my value, there will not be any conflict, and we will have a greater connection. That is second. And third is definitely health, because if you have everything in with you and you are not healthy, definitely you're not going to enjoy it. So
Yeah.
health is, I put it on, I put it on third, but it should be on first. But you consider it anywhere, first or third, because that's separately, that's very important. And third is parenting, and fourth is teacher excellence, because our parents are our first teachers, and second, teacher excellence, because a teacher can shape a student based on what he or she is. So I have a saying that when you are in a job, say I'm a career coach, when you are in a job and you are working under some manager, like, you are going to, inherit some qualities, or it's like bad qualities or good qualities from your boss.
Yeah.
So even if you are grown up, so imagine, because this happens, I got few traits from my manager, the way he worked, the way he handled things. So I learned, and now I'm implementing that thing only. So teachers take their first training from their parents, and then students take their first training from their parents and then teachers. And after that, I would rank technology, because we are in that world. If you do not know how to handle mobile phone, we don't know how to do coding and all that, we are going to be left behind from the world. And again, another thing is 21st century skills, because whenever a century changes, many things changes. So in last 100 years, it's like a lot has changed. So we should, be running with the world. So that is, and another thing is entrepreneurship, because the world is, it's not that someone will start a company and everyone would be working for them. So we should work in that way, that we should be generating employment rather than seeking employment. So
Yes.
this is what should be the main focus,
Yes.
that your focus should be that you are able to give employment to someone.
Yeah.
So I would rank it in that sequence. And after that, financial literacy, because that's also important. And when you have financial literacy, you are able to manage your money and everything, because a lot depends on that aspect. And one thing I just want to add here, if you permit, that is leadership skills.
Yes.
Right. So that also I want to add in this list, that leadership skills are also very important, because leadership skills, it's not only leading others, it's leading yourself first. So you should be able to lead yourself, and then you should be able to lead others also, because when you become an entrepreneur and you give job to say 10 people, 20 people, 100 people, so leadership is something which is going to be which you have to use in every aspect of your life, including entrepreneurship. So leadership skills should also be the focus from the beginning.
Actually, yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Satwinder, thank you so much for spending your valuable time and giving your insight on all the questions. Thank you so much.
And I want to thank you for having me on this platform. And it was great interacting with you.
Thank you.
So thank you very much.